Alright, hey, what's going on? Welcome to the channel, and today we're doing one of my features called Tips and Tales, is where we express some tips and we talk about some tales, some stories. But today we're going to do some tips, and today's tips we're going to talk about are the three things. Now there's many things you can do when you first come to a casino that you've never been to before, but we stress these three. And those three are going to be the environment. When you come to the casino, kind of check out the environment. The other thing is go to the players counter. And the third is to kind of take a walk around. Now, I have a special guest with me today. And if you want to see this face again, there's several ways you can do it. There's TikTok, Sunshine
and E.
Yeah. And there's also our other channel, which is Sunshine and E. Okay, go check us out. We do some casino stuff, but this channel is more dedicated to that. She's more dedicated to something else on YouTube and TikTok. Fragrance, go check it out if you want to. And so she's going to help me. So maybe I might miss some angles at some of these tips. And of course, you can comment down below and you can give tips too. So let's go over the first. I'm just going to, get you up first and say, when we're talking about the environment, when you first get to a casino you've never been to, you pull up, what are some of the things that you would probably look at or think about when you first pull up into the parking lot or parking deck of a casino?
I look at the area, and, some casinos are in really nice areas.
Mm-hmm.
Some casinos are in some kind of shaky areas,
yeah.
But sometimes they're good and popping. But, yeah, I look at the area. I look at the surroundings once we go inside. And definitely, I do a walk around. To me, because there's certain games you normally play on a regular basis,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's some new games. I do both.
Right.
You don't necessarily.
No.
On
right.
new ones, you may, once you see me playing or something, or you're ready, whatever. Then
Right.
But walk around and sometimes I may stop, especially on games where I don't know how to play or have never played.
Right.
And so it looks like it's interesting and someone's playing it, I might stand there for a few minutes just to see how it rolls. Because one thing I don't like to do is get on a game and don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
Maybe winning. But I'm like, I still don't understand what's going on.
Right. And we're going to do a video on that, actually, on some of the newer games and what's the best thing to do. And because that's something that you got to really think about when you first hitting those games for the first time. And but yeah, as far as the outside, I kind of looked at, because sometimes you have casinos, especially when you have multiple casinos, like when you're in Vegas, you feel somewhat comfortable going from casino to casino, whether it's daytime or nighttime. But sometimes you go to these casinos in the middle of nowhere. And those are usually the ones you really kind of want to do during the daytime. You feel more comfortable. So just checking out the environment, whether it's a parking deck or just a regular parking lot that you have to look at. Those are some of the things in the inside you have to look at. But once you get past that point, is the players counter. Now, I would say go to the players counter. You don't necessarily have to get a player's card. And there's sometimes you shouldn't get one, and that's going to be another video. But there's sometimes you shouldn't get them, and sometimes you should. But always go to the player's counter to see what's going on at the particular time. So even if you don't want the player's card, there may be a free giveaway that's going on that you don't know about, that you may just have to earn a few points.
I just don't know about the free giveaways, though. I think they require you to have players' cards in order to get in.
That's true. You probably have to, that would trigger you to. So if you go there and you say, I might not want a player's card, and you might have to get one to get that free gift, and now you might have to go ahead and get that player's card. Another
reason that makes a decision on me getting a player's card is we're gonna give you $5 in free play. $5 is not much for me.
Right.
And some say, once you play it up to a certain amount, then you will be able to take advantage of this or that, or
absolutely,
whatever.
Yeah. Because there's actually a time, I think we were, in Tunica, and we went to a place, first time there, we went up there, we usually get the player's card just so maybe we could build some points to get a meal or something, and they said, well, once you get your player's card, you play a certain amount of base points, and once you get there, you get to go and you spin a wheel for free play.
You had to go over to the kiosk.
You go to the kiosk. It's like a little game you play, and I got $50, and you got. Do you remember what you got?
$150. I'm sorry, $750.
$750, and she turned that into.
I walked out of there with I think 500 and something of their money.
That's right.
I didn't even spend my money because I ain't have to. I mean, I spent playing in order to get to the kiosk, but when you took the whole totality of what I put in the machine to get the gift, and then to get the
free play.
Once I got that, I walked right back out with all the money that I came with and $541, I think, of their money.
And I got to be honest with you, because she probably would have took more than that if it wasn't for this guy here.
Yeah, this guy.
Because what I said is, since you have 7, I only have 50. I had to be careful with my 50. I said, won't you take a chance on a high limit, not terribly high.
I'm not a high limit girl.
I think we were playing. I think it was like a $10 instead of $3 and $5. I think it was.
And
10.
then you have me playing games that I don't normally play.
Yeah, so maybe maybe she might have walked out with the whole $750 or maybe a little bit more.
I think I would have walked out.
I take the blame for that, but I still only had 50, so I didn't feel too bad about that. But so the thing is, go to that and find out what they offer. And that'll give you a decision whether or not you should get the player's card or just not. And like I said, check out some of these tips and tell videos that we do, because we're going to tell you when is the time to get a player's club, and sometimes more importantly, when not to get a player's card. Okay, and so the last thing, and there's plenty of other things you should do after that, but the last thing when you initially go to a casino you've never been is to walk the floor. And when I say walk the floor, I'm not saying walk the floor until you see something you like. Try to walk the entire floor and look around and look. And I'll give you an example why. There's a game I used to play, and I used to play it, and their max bet was $3. It was a penny machine, quick hit machine. And so when I walked in, I seen a quick hit machine, I sat down, but it was a max at $150. But I played it because I played it. Then when I got up and walked around, check out, I seen that one for the max play at $3. So walk the floor, the entire floor, to see, check out the games, other things you would probably look for, like some places to eat, where the bathrooms are. Sometimes that's important. Sometimes you have some casinos that have drink machines that you could just go up and get the drink. You don't have to call nobody and get anybody. So there's, walking the floor is important. I mean, that's something that I know we do every time we go. We kind of walk that floor, the entire floor, before we get to playing. So,
I walk the floor just to find out what games they have. Every casino don't have games that you normally play. Mm-hmm. And if you happen to be at that casino and there are no other casinos in the area, and that's the only one you're going to be at, and I'm like, I don't really like their games, then I really have to search. Mm-hmm. I walk around and and come back, circle around sometimes, or sometimes I'll just get on one and just to see what it does. And what I find out for me, especially with a player's card, if I'm just playing, it's usually on something new. Mm-hmm. It's just usually just it win or take. But I've noticed that for the first time, if I play a game for the first time, usually for some reason it lets you win. I said, okay, all right. But see, then you got to think that if you're winning, at some point, what do you say? Cash out.
You got to
walk away.
Yeah.
Because if they're geared to do that sometimes, to let you win, to draw you in.
Right.
And then once you're like, "Ooh, this is good," you want to give them all their money back.
Right. I actually have a video. I think I put it out. Sometimes I talk about what I call serious talk, and that's one of the things I say on serious talk. I talk about the win-loss wave, and if you think of a wave, it goes up and down and up and down. The best thing is you want to catch that wave going up, and once you feel it going down, cash out. Let that, and that's so you gotta be able to take something with you. It's nothing worse than being up a whole lot and a couple hours down. You not only you give all that money back, then you give some of yours back.
The other thing, though, I do notice that what I do is someone said a long time ago, before we really were casino players. Well, maybe we were already. But they said, know your machine.
Oh, yeah.
When you sit down and you're not, I mean, if you're not winning or if you're not grasping a hold of what's going on, it's, I don't know if it's a mental thing. It's automatically going to lose me. It's just going to, I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to play till I play down to this dollar, which I probably didn't put a lot of money in there to begin with. But if I put a lot of money in there and I'm losing and my money's just trickling down, yeah, I'm going to cash out. I'm just not going to waste my time because now I know this machine. What makes me mad, though, is someone else you come by and they just sit down at that same machine you were playing and all of a sudden they get into all these free plays. And I'm like, maybe it wasn't meant for me at that time.
Don't get mad because it is, each machine has a random generator and it generates a just random generator. And so you probably wouldn't, unless you push that button at that exact time, then you may have gotten that. So that's just how it goes. And if you play long enough, you'll know. So that's the 3 things you should do when you first hit a casino for the first time. Make sure you do those 3 things and check out some of our other tips and tales, because like I say, I'm trying to give you information from the parking lot to the nearest slots. So check us out.